In this Play and Explain, I will give you tips on how to avoid the autopilot taking over, and I will show you situations where I drastically increase my EV by choosing unconventional and exploitative lines. Let's jump into it. Queen 9 suited. Where's the tight player? Could even 3-bet, but this is like very tight. Let's just call. Play post flop. Very fast check on the flop, yeah. Air type hands normally don't just snap check, so I think I want to attack here. It's very exploitive, but I block ace queen, or I don't even think that he snap checks ace queen, but like king queen maybe. Yeah, like it's like very obvious, like this weak ace x or this type of hands. Like air type hands I don't expect there, so normally we don't want to bluff there. But on this queen, we get on the queen is a bit an exception, because on the queen it's check 10 gets there, and I have 16 combinations now check 10, or like let's say 14 15, and here I also don't expect him to snap check 10, so yeah, I have a clear nutted advantage then. And then I can put a lot of pressure on this weak ace x. If the turn is a brick, then yeah, I kind of like when I bet the turn, I don't really have fold equity. So on the river, I hope that straight gets there, let's say, or like my obvious draws get there, and then I would get again more fold equity on the river. But it's more likely than that the river bricks out kinda, or there's a river that I cannot bluff after barreling the turn, then there being a river that that I can bluff, let's say. But if on the turn already that card comes where I want to bluff, then I'm free to go, because I can just bet big the turn and huge the river and put max pressure. That, yeah, like if you need more explanation to this, then please let me know in the comments, or what you think about this, if it makes sense to you. I think it makes a lot of sense, but it's a bit, yeah, like maybe a bit more in-depth concept. Here, very important to see that button and big blinds are fish, and I will directly make something exploitive and open raise bigger. In case I hit my 5, I want directly to have a bigger pot versus this guy. He will call very often. And there's like, yeah, not no aggressive regs. And even the good thing also with this is you don't invite so many players into the pot, so you're more often heads up versus the fish, which is also nice. Normally I would go 2.5 there exploitive, but in this specific instance it was, I think, nice to go 3x even. So I'm pretty flexible there. You just need to be careful. As soon I don't worry here about in 50 and Russian cash. I don't think someone is really paying so much attention to your sizings and everything. But as soon you move up and play regular tables, and the pool gets a bit like you start playing the same players over and over, then I would start watching out more about the tells that you give away. And also you can, or you should always observe. Oh wait, here, what we do? I think we just bet big ourselves. We kind of blocked the strong hands like king 8 or queen 8 that he could river. So if I have 9s there, it makes more sense to check and try to check raise. 8s makes more sense in the bet myself line, I think. Where's the min raise? I think 9-5 still gets in there. Yeah, I think I just want to directly raise. We have also plenty of potential bluffs, so it's not like that we are perceived super strong. And still, I have 6, 7, 7, 8. Pretty easy to even to over bluff there with this type of hands. And the alternative would be to call the flop, but then turn. When we check raise, it's yeah, pretty underbluffed line from population, and I think it's overfolded therefore also from not I think I know from MDA that check raise on the turn versus check raise they overfold, so it doesn't really make sense to put my value there. Here again we have a recreational here, so but here we don't open 3x, we open 2.5. In the other instance we had also like in the button bigger recreational. Yeah, you can get away with range betting when you are unsure about the mix. Before you don't really study a mix or like train it, I would really recommend to just play pure strategies. Yeah, or yes, yeah, more like range check, range bet till you have more experience, let's say. Till you use the solver more and have a better idea. This is very difficult to find bluffs here. I think we just fold. There's an overfold, but very difficult to find bluffs. Because I expect him to overfold versus the 3/4 hands like King Jack. Yeah, this type of hands, King Queen, and then also to not bluff enough. Like if he has the King Jack, King Queen, I think he needs to bluff them, and yeah, probably he's just missing them too often. But already on the flop there's an overfold. Here, yeah, they're under 3-bet, especially MP versus UTG, so you just yeah, let's get in there with the 7-6. It's not full frequency 3-bet, but for the video it's a low frequency 3-bet. Let's get in there. Normally it's under bluffed or like under 4-betted, so but 7-6 plays very nicely. It's very clean, let's say, if you hit something. I would rather overfold some hands like King Jack, King 10 suited, this type of hands. Here probably close or sometimes 4-bet, but big blind is under 3-betting very hard, so you want to be very careful with the big blind 3-bet. I could exploitively just just check and hope he checks down very passively ace king, but yeah, normally I'm not good here. Maybe there's ace king sometimes, yes. But if he has ace king, then he continues. Yeah, he would very often raise the turn with ace king with a spade, and without a spade you expect him to to overfold. I'm not sure if the overall idea there of the dong, because in theory I don't think it's a dong, maybe like very low frequency, but maybe yes, if he's range betting there, could be that there is some frequency of dong. I was just thinking mainly in terms exploitively, how should he react when I donk? And does it make sense with my hand, let's say? So my hand just wants to see the river and preferably hold out some better hands, like if possible. So it seemed like that the donk will be good, because then I expect ace king without a spade and also ace queen offsuit to be indifferent, kinda, and that this type of hands will overfold, and therefore, and they would not bet like when I check. So I kinda avoid him giving a free card to the ace and a queen, or like for example the jack gets there and or like, yeah, I think it makes sense. I need to look in this over, but I think it makes sense. It's an interesting one, and I like to, yeah, listen kinda to my intuition. Yeah, like the 4x we would check raise sometimes, but we rather start with the 5-3, 5-4, then 5-7 would mostly, I think, maybe also some low frequency check raise, but mostly with spades. In theory. In practice, we can probably get away check raising a bit more frequent. Bit of idea. Somehow the idea worked. It's good to trust your intuition. The idea was normally I didn't think that he would call this hand, but I wanted to induce him with this type of hands like king. He will have so many of this, like ace king, ace 9, ace 8 without a heart, that I wanted to block and call the raise. Like very quite fancy, but it makes a lot of sense, I think, versus the how he constructs his range there intuitively. So you want to always track the range of villain and spot the areas where they can make mistakes, let's say, and then actively provoke these mistakes also. For example, like here by just block calling, for example. Yeah, we want to call 4-bet. You will see this more often from me, that I try always to induce mistakes. I think that's a better, very important to have this perspective, or to be able to think like this and not only focus on yourself, like to not make mistakes, to actively look where is villain making mistakes. Yeah, it's important to adjust a bit the sizing, make it a bit bigger, with the big blind being a fish. I can also tighten up maybe then a bit if I go bigger, and let's go. They overfold a bit to 4-bets, and yeah, I don't want him to fold with ace king off. It's interesting, half pot. Pretty polarized already what he reps here. Just thinking if you want to ever raise looks, yeah, just very strong. But he could have some random like queen jack suited or something in spades, and that would be just terrible if I raise. But yeah, he's overplaying also his hand quite heavily there, I think. Especially versus population, who's I would imagine that they overfold there. And also there we see also the nice the benefit of slow playing that ace king off. Because I would fold out his ace jack and I would not get a stack. So there's like you open up more like more possibilities to win. Like yeah, make more money. There's 2.56 suited versus 5 VPIP guy, just fold. Here, multi-way, just check. It's a good board, but yeah, the small blind is having also quite a lot of ace-x, the sets he has. So I don't think we should just bet range. And if I want to bet queen jack would make more sense than king queen, because yeah, ace king they don't really have, so I want to rather block the strongest chords by them. I think no, we are pretty clean to start barreling or like attacking. It's not a turn where I expect them to check to me. It's not a turn where I'm expected also to stab a lot. It's an interesting turn here. Yeah, I think just going for an overbet or all in. I think overbet is fine. Thank you for watching, and if you would like to level up your study efficiency, click on the video on the screen.